Joining me now is 10-Minute Drill podcast host and Republican strategist Matt Whitlock. Matt, great to see you. So let's break this down. So talk to us about what the referendum was about first. That happened in Virginia about 2 weeks ago. And then what happened today with the Supreme Court.
It's an honor to be with you because I think I was with you the night before the referendum, and we talked about just how unfair this was. There's so many things to talk about. The fact that Governor Spanberger ran on leaving the popular maps in place, first thing she did was try and throw them out. We talked about the fact that there was districts like the Lobster District that actually diluted black votes and connected Fairfax County with counties right next to West Virginia. We talked about the fact that there was a completely brazenly dishonest ballot question. We talked about the fact that Abigail Spanberger banned images of the maps from polling places. So we knew from the beginning the goal here was simply to deceive and to lie. But what the Supreme Court told us today is it was also illegal, which the Democrats in Virginia had been warned about more than a year ago. There's about a 10-step process to determine how to amend the state constitution. They violated about 5 of the rules within that. And so if they're mad at anybody, they should be mad at their own lawyers who led them down this path, and now it's very embarrassing for them. Everyone's got egg on their face.
How much money did Democrats spend on this referendum?
I think it was about $64 million, not billion, but $64 million
on this one referendum, thinking they were going to win. They did, quote, win at the ballot box, but they did so illegally, as laid out with everything you just explained. But clearly, this is part of a bigger play by Democrats. They thought that they were going to be able to take the country by storm, redistrict, take away Republican representation in places they hadn't already done that. They already did it in New England, by the way, where most of the states, at least 40% representation, voted for President Trump. They have 0 congressional seats as a result of gerrymandering. So how is this playing now as we have the midterm elections coming up in just a couple of months?
When you look at the Democrat statements today, they're trying to reassure their voters that they didn't just totally flub the process on this. When you spend $64 million on a ballot referendum, but you haven't spent enough on the legal advice to make sure you can actually do this, it's like trying to build a really nice building, but having no foundation. When that thing collapses, everyone's going to look really stupid. And that's what Democrats are facing here. This is incredibly embarrassing for them, but it also is an echo of what's going on around the country. They went way too far with their sort of bravado and the F around and find out mentality. And now they've pushed Republican states across the South, especially, to go even further with their maps. And so in the end here, we're looking at a pretty big Republican advantage because Democrats went simply way too far with this.
I love how you mentioned the Lobster District. I always said when I looked at that map, the lobster should not be landlocked. And today that was proven out in the court. But Hakeem Jeffries, who's the minority leader of the House of Representatives nationally, not in Virginia, he is called for maximum warfare in the redistricting battle. He seems to have played this completely wrong. Democrats tonight are saying they have recourse. They're laughably trying to petition the Supreme Court of the United States to overturn the Supreme Court of Virginia when it wasn't about redrawing districts necessarily. It was the process of how they did it in breaking the law as you laid out.
Exactly. And that is what's so interesting. They've already filed a stay with the Supreme Court with the intention of filing a more substantive appeal. But if you look at that stay, first 2 lines, they misspell Virginia and they misspelled senator. So I'm guessing they haven't brought in any better lawyers than they had when they went down this path in the first place. I think we're going to continue to see egg on their face. Louise Lucas is one of the people who actually voted for the judge who wrote this opinion. So for someone like her to come out and say this is a terrible miscarriage of justice, we need to get rid of these right-wing justices in the Virginia Supreme Court, she voted for this one who wrote the opinion. Mark Warner nominated this justice. So
Democratic senator.
Exactly. And he was the governor when he did this, and Democrats supported this guy. And so again, it's not that there was a miscarriage of justice, it's that Democrats flubbed the law on this. They brazenly broke the state constitution. They've got no one to blame but themselves.
Well, speaking of